Have you ever seen a dinosaur face to face? Well, today we're going to show you the largest collection of robotic dinosaurs in the United States.
We're at Marine World Africa USA in Vallejo, California, where we're bringing you this month's Wow Wow Entertainment Report. Wow Wow! In this edition of the Wow Wow Entertainment Report, Steven Spielberg's summer blockbuster Jurassic Park sets off Dinomania in America.
Tom Cruise is a yuppie lawyer in the thriller The Firm, and the cartoon bad boy Dennis the Menace wreaks havoc on the big screen.
Alyssa Milano introduces us to her pet dog, and the artist community of Laguna Beach strikes a pose.
The latest sounds from Duran Duran, Pat Benatar, and Chris Isaak gives our Lynn Blades a sidewalk concert.
All this and lots more coming up on the Wow Wow Entertainment Report.
Wow Wow! I'm Mark Joseph.
And I'm Alice Wilson.
Wow Wow Entertainment Report にようこそ。今日はサンフランシスコから約1時間のバレイホにあるワイルドライフパークとマリンパークが一緒になったMarine World Africa USA からお送りします。
ここにはアメリカで最大の機械仕掛けの恐竜コレクションが展示されています。スティーブン・スピルバーグのジュラシック・パークが公開され、大ヒットしているアメリカではまさに恐竜ブームが頂点に達しています。
これから Marine World Africa USA をご紹介します。ここに住むフレンドリーな動物たち、私たちの後ろにいるプテラノドンのような機械仕掛けの恐竜たちのところにお連れします。これは正確には恐竜ではなくて翼のあるトカゲなんです。いろいろな恐竜をお見せしますが、その前にアリスのハリウッドニュースをご覧ください。
I said to Columbia Studio, that's the premiere I want. It's like old Hollywood. Big, 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 big. That's it.
ビッグという言葉がぴったりだったのはアーノルド・シュワルツェネッガーの最新作ラストアクションヒーローのプレミア。大勢のファンが奥さんとお母さんを連れてやってきた。彼らのアクションヒーローを一目見ようと会場の前に長蛇の列を作りました。ジョン・クロード・バンダムとダニー・デビードもどんなに危険な状態からも怪我一つしないで抜け出られるシュワルツェネッガーのヒーローぶりを満喫した人たちの一人。新人オースティン・オブライアンは彼のビッグな共演者の応援に駆けつけ声援に応えていました。
We go out to lunch at Planet Hollywood sometimes and we get together and talk and just have a good time.
この後のプレミアパーティーでは大勢のスターたちがダンスやディナーを楽しみました。ごちそうに囲まれ賑やかな花火が鳴り響く中でパーティーは延々と夜遅くまで続きました。
It's very sweet. It's about destiny and I liked it.
メグ・ライアンとトム・ハンクスが主演する「Sleepless in Seattle」のプレミアは静かなものでした。メグ・ライアンはデニス・クエイトと出席し、共演者のロージー・オドーノーもパーラ・アブドゥ、エミリオ・エステベスなどと男女の間のマジックを扱ったコメディの初日を楽しみました。奥さんのリラ・ウィルソンと共にやってきたトム・ハンクスは長続きする結婚の秘訣を教えてくれました。
She makes me laugh in the bathroom at 1:30 in the morning. That's magic.
This is an Allosaurus, a full-grown one. アロサウルスは跳ねるトカゲという意味で数多く存在した肉食の恐竜なんです。このギザギザの歯を見てください。とってもフレンドリーだったとは思いませんよね。
ごく最近まで恐竜の本当のサイズやパワーを再現するのはほとんど不可能だったんですが、ここで見られる実物大の恐竜の展示やスピルバーグの大ヒット作「ジュラシック・パーク」のおかげで大昔地球上を闊歩していた恐竜たちを身近なものにしてくれました。
恐竜をロマンチックだとか可愛いなんて思っていた人も多いと思いますが、映画「ジュラシック・パーク」を見た後は恐竜への見方が変わるはずです。リン・ブレイズがリポートしますが、恐竜が今は絶滅していることにほっとするのではないでしょうか。
There it is. Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Just imagine a place on Earth where you could be thrown 65 million years back to the time when dinosaurs roamed the Earth. Well, at the cost of about $1 million per year, techno-wizard Steven Spielberg has created an extraordinary theme park called Jurassic Park. It's a place where man and dinosaur mix. The question is, should they?
Dinosaurs and man, two species separated by 65 million years of evolution, have just been suddenly thrown back into the mix together. How can we possibly have the slightest idea what to expect?
Paleontologist Alan Grant, played by Sam Neill, along with his partner Ellie Sattler, played by Laura Dern, have been summoned to Jurassic Park, nestled on a secluded Costa Rican island, along with mathematician Ian Malcolm, played by Jeff Goldblum, to determine the stability of billionaire John Hammond's prehistoric theme park. Hammond, played by Sir Richard Attenborough, attests to the virtues of his project, where dinosaurs have been recreated through the genetic engineering of ancient mosquito blood mixed with frog DNA. But as Hammond conducts a tour of the park for his entourage, which includes his 2 anxious grandchildren, something goes wrong.
Look out! I can't get Jurassic Park back online.
Regardless of the park's incredible scientific achievements, no one wants to look eye to eye with a 3-story high T-Rex in the mood for dino snacks.
They'll never want us to see a big Tyrannosaurus. Well, we don't know any animal that's like that. It's the most powerful, and these things move fast, and it's big trouble. It's very scary.
Ariana Richards, who plays Hammond's granddaughter Alexis, won her part with her amazing screaming techniques, and you'll get an earful as she and her co-stars are hunted religiously by velociraptors.
It was very intense, definitely, and it was actually not that hard to be afraid because the dinosaurs were so real, and they were very scary.
Making a movie like Jurassic Park is not an experience you just walk away from when the set is wrapped. Co-starring with colossal-sized reptiles intent on having you for lunch is food for nightmares. But working with visionary director Steven Spielberg was a dream come true for these actors under the best and worst conditions.
What was it like working with Spielberg?
Well, you know, the main reason I did the film was to work with Steven, because I think he's a kind of genius. And he's very good with actors.
He's really warm, and he's just like a friend. And he's also so creative because he has all these wonderful ideas all the time. For every single scene, he could put something new into it just to make it so much better.
The name Jurassic Park conjures images of adventure, but thrills turn to real danger when the wrath of Hurricane Iniki, with her 120-mile-per-hour winds, devoured the island of Kauai in August of 1992, just 2 days into principal photography. It was 24 hours the cast and crew will never forget.
We managed to be safe in this hotel ballroom, and everybody pitched in. We kind of had to all take care of each other and look out for each other.
But we kind of passed the time by playing cards, and Steven told us ghost stories.
The truth is, it was kind of fun, too. I hate to admit it, but it was sort of fun.
After that, we felt, I think, more meshed.
Some more than others. On-screen, Jeff Goldblum plays eccentric mathematician Ian Malcolm, who flirts outrageously with paleobotanist Ellie Sattler, played by Laura Dern. Off-screen, instead of slaying dinosaurs, he was slaying hearts. The two are now a couple made in dino heaven.
We didn't start dating until recently, I mean, way after we'd finished the movie. So at that time, just friends and friends through the film.
I think she's really fabulous, and so I met her, and I just and she's so lively and beautiful, you know, and well, I liked her, you know.
Yeah, she said you're a lady killer.
Me?
You spoken like a mouse, not a man.
Dinosaurs certainly were a menace to society, but judging from the whopping $120 million the film grossed in its first 2 weeks in America, Spielberg's Jurassic Park could take a dino-sized bite out of the summer box office.
Well, that's the movie, Eric. And I don't know about you, but that sure took a bite out of me!
It was a killer thriller as far as I was concerned. But you know what? I don't remember any movie that had so much hype. Also, I'll give you a look at behind the scenes at Jurassic Park. How did they make those dinosaurs? I'll show you.
Beats me.
エリック・アランがこの後カバーストーリーでアメリカの恐竜ブームをリポートします。
恐竜とサイを掛け合わせるとどんな動物が出来上がると思いますか？多分こんな感じじゃないでしょうか。トリケラトプスは3本角のある顔という意味で象くらいのサイズがあるんですが、サイのように身軽に走り回ることができるんです。最初の彼らはこれから紹介する肉食のティラノサウルスにいつも狙われていたそうなんです。
ジュラシック・パークの公開で絶滅したはずの恐竜がまたまた私たちの日常の中に現れました。イギリスのロックグループデュラン・ドゥランの人気も絶滅してしまったと思っていたファンが多かったんですが、90年代の新しいサウンドを持って 再びヒットチャートに登場しました。
The sound on this album is very
broken glass. It's a tougher sound. I mean, we've been to hell and back. You know, it's affected us.
For Duran Duran, the success of their new self-titled album has been a long time coming, and the road back to the top has been a bumpy one. But these pop icons who sold more than 20 million albums worldwide in the 80s don't want to be thought of as a thing of the past.
And we've been experimenting for a few years with things, and I think finally with this record we found the sound that we wanted to project for the 90s and what Duran Duran is about now.
What Duran Duran was about then was stylish haircuts, neon wardrobes, and candy-coated techno beats.
Cherry ice cream smile, I suppose it's very nice.
The British band was one of the first groups to be fueled by the MTV revolution, with videos saturated hits like Rio and Hungry Like the Wolf. But after a 5-year run at the top, the band split.
We spent every day of our lives together, and the thing had turned into a real machine. I think the lawyers and the accountants and everything just sucked all the soul out of what we were doing at that stage, and we knew it, and that's when we slammed the brakes on.
But in 1986, after a year apart, 3 of the original 5 members, lead singer Simon Le Bon, keyboardist Nick Rhodes, and bassist John Taylor, decided they were better off together. Guitar players came and went, and the band struggled to regain their mega popularity.
I think, though, that you can only sustain a certain level of commercial success for a limited period. You have to have ups and downs. And with us, I guess the last big up in the sort of middle of the 80s, it was a pinnacle for a while, and it had to come down a little bit.
Ready for their careers to come back up and reminded of their earlier success in developing a worldwide audience with their music videos, the band recently gave a worldwide interactive video concert fed live via satellite from Tower Records in Hollywood. Between songs, fans from London, Tokyo, Sydney, and Berlin were able to request songs and ask Duran Duran questions.
Where did you buy? Who chose your clothes today?
Who pressed his clothes?
Who chose
your clothes? Oh, I guess yours. I chose mine.
The band is reinventing itself with a sultry sound that is more mature and insightful, even weathered. The new album can only win back old fans and acquire new ones.
Musically, we go out and we make a record that turns us on. And it's because now we've come to realise that if it doesn't turn us on, it hasn't got a hope of turning anybody else on.
Going platinum in just 3 months, their new release is obviously turning listeners on. The album debuted at number 7 on the American Billboard charts and has had 2 top 10 singles thus far. ギタリストのウォーレン・カカレッロによると、サテライトを通してのビデオコンサートは日本での受信が一番クリアで音のディレイもなく完璧だったそうです。
この時一番多かった質問はそれぞれの国でのコンサートはいつかということだったそうです。世界ツアーはアメリカを皮切りに7月14日に始まりました。次はこの恐竜展のスターをご紹介します。
Konnichiwa. I'm Alyssa Milano, and I just wanted to say hi to everyone watching Wow Wow and thank everyone for their support.
This is the star of the dinosaur exhibit here at Marine World Africa, USA. これが高さ 7.2 メートル、 体長14メートルもあるティラノサウルスレックスで地球上に存在した最大の肉食動物です。ステーキナイフのような歯をむき出しにし、巨大な足をドシンドシンと踏み出して時速40キロのスピードで襲ってくる姿を想像してください。絶対に逃げるが勝ちですよね。
ここにある恐竜はダイナメーション・インターナショナルが作ったものですが、映画ジュラシック・パークの中の恐竜はジョージ・ルーカスのインダストリアル・ライト・マジックが担当しました。
エレック・アレンがカバーストーリーで紹介するジュラシック・パークの恐竜をデザイン・クリエイトした人たちは、ここマリン・ワールド・アフリカ USA でキリン、ゾウ、サイ、ヘビなどの動きを観察して恐竜たちの自然な動きを考え出したそうです。
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Although Steven Spielberg's new movie Jurassic Park does have humans in it, the really big stars of the film are the dinosaurs themselves. The dinosaurs may be the real stars of Jurassic Park, but do you know which one is which? If you can't tell the difference between the Tyrannosaurus Rex and this guy, the Dilophosaurus, here's a refresher course in the Jurassic period.
If you go to the movie of Jurassic Park, you're treated to a real short course, sort of an abstract of modern dinosaurology.
This is a big meat eater?
Yeah, this is Tyrannosaurus Rex, the largest, most famous meat eater of all time. That head is 3.5 feet wide, expanded. That could swallow an entire cow. 1,000 pounds, one gulp.
These aren't the actual dino stars of the film, but similar models produced for educational museum exhibits by Dynamation International. Their paleontologist Robert Bacher acted as a Jurassic Park consultant for both Michael Crichton's book and Spielberg's film. Bacher's drawings were used for Jurassic Park by George Lucas's famous special effects company, Industrial Light and Magic. They made computer-generated dinos that can run and jump just like the real thing. For example, this herd of Gallimimuses was done on computer, then added to the images of the real actors shot in Hawaii. For close-up scenes with the stars, another effects expert, Stan Winston, made hydraulic-powered rubber models. His drawings were turned into the film's now famous Tyrannosaurus Rex. How big a one of these did you actually build?
Full size.
Which is how big?
Full size. I said it's 40 feet long from the tip of his nose to the tip of his tail. I mean, the Tyrannosaurus Rex, yes, is a major star. I mean, he's bigger than life, although he is real life.
He's not the meanest, though. Jurassic Park's chief villain is an 8-foot-tall velociraptor, or raptor for short.
Had a cutting edge along here, so that when it dug its hand claw into the body of its prey, it wouldn't just hold on, but would rip right through the prey, exposing things like the intestines and liver.
I'm hurting just thinking about it. For some added fright, Spielberg took artistic license with the film's raptors by making them taller than they really were. But conveniently enough, paleontologists in Utah uncovered a Jurassic Park-sized velociraptor last year.
So, in fact, we developed it, then they discovered it.
This is Dilophosaurus, also known as the spitter. In the book Jurassic Park, this thing spit poison like a spitting cobra. It does in the movie, too.
Some of the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park are deadly. Others are cute and cuddly, but no one knows for sure what personalities individual dinosaurs had, so some guesswork was needed. Dinosaur colorings were copied from birds, and ILM animators visited San Francisco's Marine World Africa, USA to study the movements of lizards and other animals. Steve Williams, an ILM computer programmer, even kept an iguana in his office, not for company, but for research. The resulting dinosaurs are so lifelike that they're frightening, and that's become an issue in itself. Some parents thought the movie was too scary for young children, but that hasn't kept the film from becoming a hit. This summer in America, Jurassic Park is the movie to see. Jurassic Park broke the $100 million mark, an American measure of box office popularity, in just 9 days, a record. Batman passed the mark in 10 days, but Jurassic Park now holds the money-making speed record. Not surprisingly, the film's release is accompanied by plenty of merchandise. More than 100 companies produced 1,000 different Jurassic Park items, including dinosaur toys, action figures, video games, and my favorite, clothes. Check this out. All official merchandise carries the menacing Tyrannosaurus Rex logo from the cover of Michael Crichton's book.
The book is a hit in itself, with 5.6 million copies in print, more than 3 million just since January. Even museums are cashing in on the Dinomania craze. Many have new prehistoric exhibits.
Does anybody know what dinosaur means?
The word dinosaur means terrible lizard in Greek, but that doesn't scare off these kids visiting the Natural History Museum in Los Angeles. Neither do the dinosaurs' scientific names.
Tyrannosaurus rex, Dimetrodon, Pterodactyl, Ankylosaurus.
Considering that many American children can recite complicated names as if they were the experts, it's clear that dinos are not a dead subject.
Dinosaur paleontology is livelier now and more open to everybody than any time in its 200-year history.
In fact, one American company, the Dynamation Society, offers families a chance to spend their vacations working on a real dinosaur expedition. Jurassic Park may have sparked some new interest in extinct dinos, but the possibility of genetically cloning the beasts has left some people wondering if dinosaurs can or should be recreated. Scientists say it may be possible someday, but I, for one, will be content if the only live dinosaurs I see are the ones on the movie screen. I'm Eric Allen for the Wow Wow Entertainment Report.
これはステゴサウラスです。菜食ですから安心してください。背中にあるデコボコは体温を調節するためのものだったと思われています。重さが2トンもあったにもかかわらず、脳みそのサイズはクルミの殻ぐらいだったそうです。
ここに展示された恐竜を見ていると、恐竜が今まで持っていた体ばかり大きくてのろまで頭が悪かったために絶滅したというイメージが消えて、活発で環境に敏感に順応して長い間生存した本当の恐竜の姿が見えてきます。
アリサ・ミラノも人気テレビシリーズを終えて人生の転換期に入っています。ジュニーン・シュエルがリポートします。
No longer a teenager, Alyssa Milano is her own boss. The end of her role on a television sitcom means the beginning of her life the way she wants to live it.
I'm in the gym every day, and I'm writing a lot, and I have time to spend with my friends, and I'm traveling a lot. Taking ceramics class. I just started taking ceramics for paint. So it's just, it's different because I don't have like a set schedule, but that's kind of what I like about it.
At her home just outside Los Angeles, she told us how she fell into the luxurious lap of being a child star.
It was so lucky for me. Everything just fell into place. I mean, 8 years old, I got my first play, and then I got off the road and I got an agent. Everything just fell into place. This is like the first time in 11 years that I have not, like, had a steady job. Sometimes I have a hard time even getting meetings for movies because they only think of me as a little girl still. I'm sure I still have little girl qualities, and there's certain things about me that are, you know, more mature because I've, you know, been a professional child.
Growing up in the public eye, do you have any regrets?
Any regrets? No. There were certain times in my life that I wished that I could see what my life would be like, you know, as a normal child. But my junior and senior year of high school, I went to a normal school to be normal. And I found that, you know, that all kids have problems at that age.
Now, you just turned 20 in December. What did it feel like to kiss goodbye the teenage years?
20 I felt. 20 was definitely one of those birthdays that I was like, whoa, it's like gone now, you know? It's like adult.
And this adult is watching her overseas recording career skyrocket. Until recently, her music was only available in Japan, but her huge record sales sparked the interest of the French, and now her recordings are sold in France as well. Her latest release is called Do You See Me?
It was the first album that I really felt totally comfortable doing. Like, usually I'm like, oh God, you know, I'm still a little uneasy about it. But I just was ready. So it's a little bit more mature.
Being that you've had this unbelievably amazing career in Japan, isn't it tempting to bring it over to the United States?
I think that actors and actresses aren't taken seriously as singers and musicians here. And I think that's unfortunate because singers and musicians can make that crossover into acting.
What does it feel like when you go to Japan and you step off the airplane? What's the reception like there?
I go to Japan, it's like a whole other world. It's like pop star, you know? And I get to wear crazy clothes and, like, you know, be someone else.
So, if she's someone else in Japan, what's she like at home?
I grew up as an only child for 10 years. My brother's 10 years younger. I'm a very private person as far as my personal feelings and stuff go. I want to keep those to me. I've just found a group of friends that I really trust and that I love with all my heart. I hate to date. I hate it. I hate it. So, I'm like, I haven't been out on like a date in a really long time because they're stupid. You know, I'd much rather hang out with my friends.
With her friends and with her dog, Ripley. Well, here we are at the dog park where Alyssa Milano is going to show us her dog. I want you to know this is an act of true dedication because I'm personally petrified of dogs. But we're going in anyway.
Come here, Ripley. Come here, baby.
So how'd you pick out the name Ripley?
We were looking for really tough female women because Akitas were originally bred for dog fighting, so they're very tough. As you could see, she's so tough.
Yes, she
would be licking my murderer, I'm sure of it. Like, what's for dinner? But we went to see Aliens 3. And so Sigourney Weaver's name in that movie is Ripley.
Look for Alyssa also to be playing a tough female role in the upcoming feature film, Double Dragon. I'm Janine Sherrill reporting for the Wow Wow Entertainment Report.
Do blondes have more fun? 新しい映画のために髪の毛をプラチナブロンドに染めたアリサが金髪の方が人生がより楽しくなるのかを教えてくれると思います。
このダイナミクスはジュラシック・パークの中で人間を震え上がらせたベロキラプトルに一番近い恐竜です。グループを作って獲物をハントし、体は小さいのに自分たちよりも大きな恐竜に襲いかかるほど無謀で恐竜の中でも最も頭のいい方だったと言われています。
何事も見た目だけでは判断できないということですよね。シンガーソングライターのパット・ベネターの新しい CD がリリースされましたが、彼女の歌も言葉そのものから受ける以上の意味合いを持っています。今社会の中で起こっている不幸な出来事を悲しく思っている彼女の切実な訴えが聞こえてきます。アンディ・カーペパーのリポートをご覧ください。
Rocker Pat Benatar sings Somebody's Baby, a soulful up-tempo number from her latest album, Gravity's Rainbow. The wistful lyrics could be the trappings of just another love song, but the music video images suggest something else.
He wasn't you, garbage there.
It's a song about the disenfranchised, the lost, the lonely, the homeless. Benatar is a rocker with a strong social conscience.
The more that you see, the less that affects you. So for me, it was just going through the paces of when I do see people, I want to know what it is about. How did you get here? You know, you're not just a faceless person. Somebody loved you sometimes. Somewhere along the line, you were someone's child. And what happened?
We belong to the sound of the words.
Like many celebrities, Benatar takes humanitarian sentiments to heart. It isn't unusual for her to give her time to a charity or to donate part of her ticket sales to a worthy cause. All this from a woman who spent her early years fighting a none-too-welcome sex kitten image foisted on her by studio executives in love with spiked hair and spandex.
When I began, there was a certain persona that I had. I was 26. I had just gotten out of a marriage that had lasted way too long. I was so happy to be single and crazy and, oh God, I have a record contract, aren't I lucky, that kind of thing. So I was, you're just nuts and you're just doing all that stuff that you do when you're young and single and crazy. And then, I immediately met Neil. He joined the band and, and everything changed just like that.
Her life changed in more ways than one. Pat and guitarist Neil Giraldo married. Now she's the mother of an 8-year-old daughter who's not impressed with mom's fame.
The other day she wanted to see some kid's movie that was PG-13 and I wouldn't let her go because she's only 8. So I made up some story. She was just, nagging me, and I said, look, Gina, you can't go. Don't you know that there's someone at the door, they know if you're 13 years old or not, and if you go there and you're under 13, you get in trouble. She goes, are you telling me that you're who you are and we can't get in to see PG-13 movies? I said, well, there you go.
Benatar may have given her own mother a little grief of her own. The opera singer schooled daughter Pat in opera training as well for 7 years.
When you're real young and you're doing classical music, you know, if you're a player or a singer, whatever it is you're doing, it's such an adult world to be in when you're learning all that stuff and the people that you're surrounded with. And so, you know, you'd spend like most of your life listening to the Stones on the radio, and then you'd have to go and do Puccini for a few hours, and it was always so weird for me. And
at 26, Benatar took the plunge. She's recorded 11 albums, including True Love, a blues collection 2 years ago. Now she's back to her rock roots, and with Gravity's Rainbow, an album with many of her own songs. She titled the album after a book she'd read simply because she liked the message it offered.
just reminded me about what the record is that there is so much going on up there. It's never going to be a perfect world. It's probably going to get worse, but the point is to try to do the best you can with what you have and survive and move forward and bring others with you.
I never plan to embrace.
Andy Culpepper for the Wow Wow Entertainment Report.
パッ・ベネターのアメリカンツアーは秋から始まります。
恐竜たちにさよならを言う時間が来てしまいました。
ここマリン・ワールド・アフリカ USA の恐竜展は今年は10月の末までですが、また来年4月に始まります。なんと日本でも恐竜ブームで今年の夏はいろいろなところで恐竜展が開かれるようですよ。さてこの次は生きた本物の動物たちに会いに行きます。
Hi, this is Pat Benatar saying hey to all my friends that are watching the Wow Wow.
Immaculate tree made breath and skin. I've been waiting for your sign with a home tattoo. Happy birthday to you was created for you.
Welcome back to the Wow Wow Entertainment Report. 今日はマリンワールドアフリカ USA にいます。ここでは動物たちに実際近づいて触ったり餌をやったりすることを進めています。
象の背中に乗ったりできるほか、いろいろな動物と身近に接触することができます。Marine World Africa USA はノンプロフィットの団体で自然と野生の動物を保護し、恐竜のように絶滅する動物が増えないように一般の人たちを教育したいという目的を持っています。
これからこの象のジュリーのようにここで最もフレンドリーな動物たちを紹介していきますが、その前にマークのハリウッドニュースをご覧ください。
I can't say that I'm not nervous. You know, you get butterflies before any time before a movie opens. And
The Firm のプレミアでメディアからの質問攻めにトム・クルーズと奥さんのニコール・キッドマンは落ち着いて答えてました。この映画の中では彼は不正を働く法律事務所での駆け出し弁護士です。共演者エド・ヘリス、ジーン・トリプルホーン、ゲリー・ビューシーも出席したほか、スターで埋まったこのプレミアにはシェロン・ストーン、ビリー・クリストル、ジェームズ・ウッドの顔も見えました。すでに絶賛されているこの映画の応援にニコール・キッドマンも一役買っています。
The movie is great.
This is our new Karate Kid.
Hi.
カラーリキッドのファンにはびっくりするニュースがあります。この次のカラーリキッドはなんと女の子が主人公です。18歳のヒラリー・スウォームが The Next Karate Kid の主人公ジュリー・ピアースに抜擢されました。今までのカラーリキッドにも欠かせなかった宮城に扮するパット・メイドも出演しています。宮城の命を50年前に救ってくれた戦友の孫娘という設定です。撮影はボストンで順調に進んでいます。Marine World Africa USA は動物と人間の間の絆を強調しています。ここの動物たちはほとんどの場合トレーナーたちが時間をかけて自分たちで育てています。ですから動物たちも非常に人間に慣れているんです。
動物は口を聞くことはできませんが、自分たちのフィーリングを時には人間以上に上手に表現することができます。トム・クルーズの新作 The Firm の中に出てくる怖い人たちのように、人間の中にはこのジュディよりも感情の表現が下手で信頼できない人がいると思います。
アンディ・コーペパーがトム・クルーズの新しいサスペンススリラーをリポートします。
4 dead lawyers out of 41 in less than 10 years.
Who are you guys?
Tom Cruise stars in the much-anticipated screen adaptation of John Grisham's bestseller, The Firm, on the New York Times bestseller list for 47 weeks. He's cast as a just-out-of-school tax attorney who goes to work for a small southern firm controlled by the mafia. It's a high-profile workhorse of a role that somehow had Cruise's name written all over it.
When you read the book, did you think this is a guy I'd like to play? Yeah, I thought immediately, you know. I felt like calling him and saying, thanks, John, you know. Appreciate it.
He's not being cocky, just truthful. Tom Cruise is used to getting what he wants, but that's what happens when your films have earned more than $2 billion worldwide.
I bribed a clerk in the Harvard Law Placement Office for the exact amount of the highest offer, and then added 20%.
Plus a 5% increase the second year. Mitch McDeere is a guy who really came from a very poor background and is trying to deny it.
Cruise talks about the man he plays in the movie. In some aspects, a character very much like the actor. Both men grew up in homes with little money, and both learned the work ethic quickly. People he's worked with have described him as driven. The film's director, Sidney Pollack, and co-stars Ed Harris and Gary Busey agree.
He's got the energy of a heat-seeking missile.
I mean, we'd do 20, 30 takes sometimes of something, and he was just pumping away just as hard on 27 or 28 as he was on 1 or 2.
I was kind of fascinated by his, his superstardom, and it's just nice to work with somebody who's in that kind of position of power, who's just a regular good guy.
But Cruise has found that superstardom has its drawbacks. Earlier this year, he and wife Nicole Kidman learned that the hard way when they adopted a baby girl in the glare of intense media scrutiny. Even now, questions about daughter Isabella are met with terse replies.
I have got to ask, how has fatherhood changed Tom Cruise? Well, I'll tell you this, it's been great.
And that is that. He will talk about his work. He's in the midst of directing a cable feature for Sidney Pollack's company, starring Isabella Rossellini. But his next role is up in the air.
So what's coming up next? What's your next?
Yeah, I'm looking.
Really?
Yeah, I am looking. I cannot, at this stage, find anything. I got a couple of things that might work, but I'm just waiting.
Not to worry. Considering the positive feedback on screenings of The Firm added to his already billion-dollar resume, any role seems certain to be Tom Cruise's for the asking. Andy Culpepper for the Wow Wow Entertainment Report.
This is Wakan, a Bengal tiger, 11歳なんです。ここに住むタイガーたちは生まれた時からトレーナーたちに大切に育てられてきました。ですからトレーナーとトラたちの絆は非常に強く、メスのトラが子供を産む時はトレーナーたちがお産を手伝うんです。信じられないですよね。
トラのペットなんて考えられませんでしたが、実際こうやって人間に懐いているトラたちを見ていると、愛情と思いやりを持って接すればどんな動物とでもコミュニケートできる気がしてきます。
この前クリス・アイザックを訪ねた時はウィケッドゲームの成功の直後で映画出演の準備をしている時でした。リン・ブレイズが今ではミュージシャンとしても役者としても成功した彼を再び訪ね、今度は彼がなかなかのコメディアンだということを発見しました。
Chris Isaak didn't always want to be a famous pop star. In fact, while attending college overseas in Japan, the only hitting Isaak was doing wasn't on the charts, but in the ring as an amateur boxer.
I never dreamed that I'd love somebody like you.
But as evidenced by his demeanor at a recent record signing party held in his honor, Hollywood and all its perks seem to fit Isaak to a T. With 2 hit albums under his belt, Isaak is in the midst of success once again due to the release of his 3rd and latest album, San Francisco Days. I recently dished the dirt with Isaak over lunch where he talked about music being his destiny.
You know, I always wanted to sing and play and stuff. I mean, that was something, but I never thought I could make a living at it or really do it like a job. I didn't know anybody in my hometown who did that for a living, really. So I didn't have people in my mind that I was like trying to, you know, yeah, I want to be like him, you know. I mean, I saw people on TV doing it, but those are people on TV, you know what I mean?
No, you can't do a thing.
in honor of his birthplace and current hometown, San Francisco Days is a compilation of romantic songs written by Isaac himself. His newest release is an emotional tune called Can't Do a Thing to Stop Me.
What do you think your fans are going to get out of San Francisco Days?
You never know, like, if they're going to hear about the record, or if they're going to, you know, if they're hear it on the radio or whatever, but I always feel like, you know, my job is to make sure that when they buy the record, they don't go, what a waste, man, I spent $12 on this. The work I've done has always been real slow, kind of a climb up. I played on boats, I played weddings, bar mitzvahs, children's parties, whatever, you know. I'm just doing a lot of playing, and always we play like, you know, the gigs would be a little better, you know. Chris, this is a great gig, and you don't have to bring the hand puppets, you know. All right, you know, we're moving up.
In fact, he moved up and right into a film career, that is. In the tradition of rock stars turned actors, Isaac had a small role in the Oscar-winning film Silence of the Lambs, a bigger role in Twin Peaks' Fire Walk with Me, and he just finished his biggest role to date, the lead in Bernardo Bertolucci's next film, Little Buddha. Although sworn to music, Isaac says his film career has become a serious diversion that need not be an either-or situation.
If you had to choose between acting and singing, what would it be?
Who's going to force me to make a choice? People keep asking me this hypothetical question. If you're forced to make a choice between acting and singing, if you had two children and one of them was thrown from a boat, which one would you save? I guess singing, because I just have a lot of fun singing. I mean, I could do that by myself anytime, anywhere, kind of. That's a ball.
And having a ball is exactly what he does when it comes to his music. Totally unexpected, Isaac proved his point during an impromptu jam session that thrilled us as well as a few fans who surprisingly found themselves in the midst of a lunchtime serenade.
I got a baby that's so pretty. I found her right here in LA City.
Not a bad day's work for Chris Isaak, who discovered that in Hollywood, dreams really do come true, even if you have to pretend to be someone else every now and then.
I'm Kevin Costner, out of the way. Come on, get in the car.
Excuse me.
She went for it. Yeah, the carrier. We're out of here, Kenny. Told you it was a way to get her in the car. Yeah, cool.
For the Wow Wow Entertainment Report, I'm Lynn Blades.
撮影を終えたばかりのリトルブーダにはキアヌ・リーブスも出演しています。
ここにいる動物たちの中にはここで保護されていなかったら生き残れなかったものもたくさんいます。生まれた時から盲目の白ヒョウのターシャ、20年間一緒だったトレーナーが死んで寂しさのあまり人間に敵意を持ってしまったゾウのティナなどを助けました。本当に心温まるお話ですよね。Hi Japan!
Thanks for watching Wow Wow! If I heaver, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's heavering to you. But I will walk 500 miles and I will walk 500 more to be the man who walked 1,000 miles and fall down at your door. But I'm walking, 'cause I know I'm gonna be the man who's working hard for you. And when the money comes in for the work I do, I'll pass
ここマリンワールドアフリカ USA ではゴリラ、オランウータン、チンパンジーなどいろいろな動物たちに生の接触ができます。ところが猿のデニスはトレーナー以外の誰も近づくことができません。彼女がデニスのトレーナーのウェンディです。デニスにあまり近づけないのは彼が自分より大きなものでも全然怖がらずに噛みつくからなんです。
デニスという名前はいたずら好きの猿にもってこいの名前です。デニスはアメリカで人気のある漫画デニス・ザ・メネスの主人公でどうしようもないわんぱく小僧の名前なんです。最近映画が公開され天使のように可愛い顔のデニスの想像を絶するわんぱくぶりが話題になっています。With those two words, one of the world's most beloved cartoon characters announces his arrival in the film version of Dennis the Menace. This is also arrival of the newcomer, Mason Gamble. This is his first acting role in his first movie. It's also his first Hollywood premiere here at the historic Grauman's Chinese Theater in the heart of Hollywood. But just last summer, he was only one of many hopefuls vying for the role of Dennis the Menace.
Mason Gamble. There's Mason.
Producer John Hughes and director Nick Castle heard from more than 20,000 little boys from all over America, all seeking this coveted role of Dennis. Then last summer, 10 finalists were flown to Chicago for actual in-person auditions. Mason finally won the role, but it took a while.
I got called in for an interview. Then they called me in for another interview. And then they called me in for another interview. And then they called me in for another interview.
Film director Nick Castle explains why he ultimately chose Gamble after all those interviews.
He's a very funny kid, very precocious, very willful, and he can pull off a very complicated part when it comes right down to it.
How come that sleeve looks like books?
How come you ask so many questions?
I've only been around for 5 years. There's a lot of stuff I don't know.
Walter Matthau plays Dennis's long-suffering next-door neighbor, Mr. Wilson.
Smile.
Kids are kids. You have to play by their rules. You have to roll with the punches. You have to expect the unexpected.
The film's plot, just like the cartoon, revolves around the relationship between Dennis and Mr. Wilson. Matthau claims that Wilson's grumpy exterior is all an act.
He's crazy about the kid, but he's got to put on this I hate kids act so that he can exist. Otherwise, you know, he'd get arrested for child abuse.
George, take Dennis's suitcase up to the guest room, please.
He's got arms.
Don't stop, dear.
Oscar winner John Plowright plays Mrs. Wilson, and Leah Thompson portrays Dennis's mother, Alice Mitchell. In real life, Thompson's only child is a 2-year-old daughter, and the actress already has a game plan just in case her child begins to resemble her Pint-Sized co-star.
If she turns out to be like Dennis the Menace, I'm going to move next door to Walter Matthau so that she'll go over there and bug him.
Doesn't Mr. Wilson get up real early?
Usually.
You know what I do? When my dad's asleep, he doesn't want to be.
Dennis the Menace isn't the first cartoon character brought to life on the big screen, and Mason may be on his way to being a Hollywood star, but he's still a 7-year-old kid who's also a movie fan. Here at Grauman's Chinese Theater, one of the major attractions are foot and handprints of many of Hollywood's biggest stars throughout the years. When the Dennis the Menace star Mason Gamble arrived for the premiere of his movie, he seemed more interested in his hero, Batman, better known as Michael Keaton, than seeing his own movie. After trying to fill Batman's shoes, Mason critiqued his first film. I like it! He's hoping the public agrees.
Don't embarrass me.
メイソン・ギャンボーは第2のマカオリカオキになるのではともっぱらの話題です。
Marine World Africa USA はアメリカでたった一つの海と陸の動物たちに同時に会えるところです。シーライオンやイルカのショー、ウォータースキーのショーもありますが、なんといっても見逃せないのはキラーウェルです。
ここには2頭のキラーウェルがいます。ヤッカとビッカです。なんと体重は5000キロと3000キロ、1日に100キロものたく魚を食べるんですよ。体は巨大ですが動きがとっても優雅なので、彼らがクジラの仲間だということを忘れてしまいます。毎年ラグーナビーチでは参加者がショーの間中じっとしていなければならない珍しいショーがあります。エリック・アランがリポートします。
No, you're not looking at a painting in a museum. Instead, it's the pageant of the Masters, an unusual 60-year tradition carried out by the tiny seaside town of Laguna Beach, California. Each summer, the townspeople here create the stage event that descended from an art form known as tableau vivant, which means living pictures. More simply put, it's a bunch of people who mimic famous works of art.
When you're in the audience, it kind of looks real, but I don't know. I thought this was pretty cheesy. I think I deserve a pinky.
As far as I know, we're the only people doing this.
Director Glenn Etchison leads the cast of 130 people who are painted and costumed each night during the months of July and August, attracting an annual crowd of 140,000 people.
Nothing's ever easy here. The youngest cast member is 4. The oldest is, we think, 94, but we're not sure.
Nice hair. Who are you?
I am one of the Sarah Bernhardt posters.
Backstage in the dressing room, the posers wait their turns on stage. Jamie will be one of the 5 women recreating these Art Deco posters. Jamie's sister, Jody, won't be part of a painting, but a piece of jewelry.
How hard is this to be still? I mean, do you sit there and go, oh golly, I have to sneeze or I need to rub my nose?
No, it's not that hard. It's a minute and a half, and you listen to the music, and it goes by pretty quick.
All this for a minute and a half a night. Why do you do this?
You meet a lot of people. It's a lot of fun. It's my 7th year.
Show me your pose.
Like this.
I can do that. It's like Madonna doing Vogue.
The Golden Curls, as we affectionately came to know them, are covered with an oil-based paint that never dries.
Want to shake? Look at this. This will never come off. This will never come off.
After being painted from head to toe, it was time for their headpieces, and I couldn't resist trying one on for size.
Oh, it's you.
It's you.
How do I look? Okay, come on in, come on in. Look, I'll do anything for this show. Okay.
Well, I'll just go like this. You just go like that.
How do we look? Nice? Stop laughing back there.
This year's pageant of the Masters will feature 23 different works of art. Variety is key to make it visually interesting, so the art ranges from a Shuzan Katsukawa painting to recreations of old vaudeville posters, French Impressionist works, and well-known masterpieces like Leonardo da Vinci's The Last Supper.
Show me who you are in here.
That guy.
You know you look a little like Frankenstein right now.
Oh, yes, I know.
He may look odd here, but after taking his place against the backdrop and mimicking the pose in the original artwork, this man becomes one of the living figures from George Caleb Bingham's painting, Raftsmen Playing Cards.
You know, when you look at it close up, you can tell that they're just people, but from back here in the audience, it looks just like a picture. I mean, I feel like I'm in a museum.
While one piece of art is being displayed, others are waiting their turn in the limelight.
These are some of the friends I've made tonight. As you can see, they're just kind of
hanging around.
Hanging around. You got it right.
The stage crew changes from one tableau to another in just 70 seconds, and each scene is on stage for just a minute and a half, while the participants carefully hold their poses.
Are you having fun? Where do they want us now?
After the Golden Girls are hoisted into place, the audience is treated to a look at what appears to be 3 exquisite pieces of jewelry. Obviously, with this show, there are no lines to remember. In fact, all you have to be able to do is stand very still. But that's easier said than done for children who are usually restless and impatient. But somehow, these kids settle down long enough to pose as jockeys from A Ride with a Snap by Carl Jens. And 2 other cast members held excruciating poses while slowly turning in a living sculpture called the Death Spiral. After the show, artist Douglas Gebler, who was inspired by Olympic figure skaters, shows off his original artwork. And one of my favorite Golden Girls is almost unrecognizable without makeup.
Our Golden Girls are now clean. Check under these nails. Did you get it all off?
I think.
But tomorrow, they'll be painted with yet another coat, all for just a 90-second performance in the pageant of the Masters. I'm Eric Allen for the Wow Wow Entertainment Report.
The Pageant of the Masters とラグナビーチの有名なアートフェスティバルは毎年7月と8月に開催されます。
It's time for us to say goodbye. 今日せっかく友達になった虎のラカーン、そしてイルカたちにさよならを言う時間が来てしまいました。
ご協力くださったマリンワールドアフリカ USA の皆様、本当にありがとうございました。とってもエキサイティングな一日でした。アザラシ、シーライオン、サメのショー、珍しい鳥たち、それに世界中の蝶が集まっているバタフライワールドなど、今日一日でお見せできなかったものがいっぱいあります。今度カリフォルニア来た時にはぜひ立ち寄ってくださいね。
じゃあまたね。We'll see you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Mark Joseph.
And I'm Alice Wilson.
7月の Wow Wow Entertainment Report は北カリフォルニアにある Marine World Africa USA の恐竜展からお送りします。
スティーブン・スピルバーグの大ヒット Jurassic Park、トム・クルーズの The Firm、
Duran Duran、Chris Isaak のニューサウンドをお届けします。
Wow Wow Entertainment Report をご覧ください。
Hi, I'm Mark Joseph.
And I'm Alice Wilson.
7月の Wow Wow Entertainment Report はアメリカで最大の恐竜のコレクションがある北カリフォルニア・バレーホの Marine World Africa USA からお送りします。
スティーブン・スピルバーグの記録破りの大ヒット作 Jurassic Park と頂点に達している恐竜ブーム。
トム・クルーズが陰謀に巻き込まれる弁護士の役をやる The Firm。
幅広いファンを持つ漫画デニス・ザ・メネスが映画になり、大スクリーンの上でもすっごいわんぱくぶりを発揮して注目を浴びているデニス少年。
Duran Duran、Pat Benatar、Chris Isaak の最新サウンドを紹介し、
アリサ・ミラノと彼女の愛犬を自宅に訪ね、毎年話題を巻くラグナビーチの Pageant of the Masters をクローズアップしました。
7月の Wow Wow Entertainment Report をお見逃しなく。Wow Wow!
Hi, I'm Alice Wilson.
And I'm Mark Joseph.
8月の Wow Wow Entertainment Report は Last Action Hero のアーノルド・シュワルツェネッガー、
エロチックスリラー Sliver で共演したシェロン・ストーンとビリー・バードウィン、
ナタリー・コールとビリー・オーシャンのニューサウンドなどをお届けします。
8月の Wow Wow Entertainment Report をお見逃しなく。